Finding out what led up to the death of 13-year-old Tristyn Bailey, who you see right here. Today, the St. Johns County Sheriff's Department releasing the arrest report in this case.
And First Coast News is breaking down 3 things you need to know tonight. The arrest report says Bailey was stabbed multiple times. Hard details to hear tonight. There was also a search warrant at the 14-year-old suspect's home, and that's where deputies say they found bloody clothes in the teen's room. The arrest report also says deputies have security video that shows the 2 teens on the night of Bailey's death. And our entire team is covering this developing story for you.
On your side, Jessica Clark begins our team coverage breaking down the latest in this case. Jess?
Well, good evening to you. We're coming to you from the Durbin Crossing neighborhood. This is really where the teens lived, where the crime is believed to have taken place, and where the investigation is ongoing. Teal ribbons and pieces of cloth on many places around this neighborhood because teal or aqua was Tristyn Bailey's favorite color. This street is very interesting because this street, nearly every house has a bit of teal on it, and it's also the street where the suspect lives, and yet everyone on this street is showing their support for Tristyn Bailey and her family.
It brings everything close to home. You have children and grandchildren.
Robin Trowick and her family brought flowers to lay at a makeshift memorial for 13-year-old Tristyn Bailey Tuesday. In 24 hours, this memorial has bloomed with affection and sorrow. According to the medical examiner's office, Bailey was stabbed to death.
It's very sad for both families. It's very sad.
A report issued Tuesday by the St.Johns County Sheriff's Office says surveillance video shows Bailey walking with 14-year-old Aiden Fucci, now charged with her murder, around 1:15 a.m. Sunday at the community's amenity center. They are seen at a home surveillance video about 30 minutes later, walking in the direction toward the woods where Bailey's body was found the next day. And then 2 hours later at 3:27 a.m., more house surveillance video shows Fucci, the suspect, walking in the opposite direction alone. Tuesday, dive crews wrapped up their search of 2 lakes just yards away from where Bailey's body was found in the woods. No word on what or if evidence was found in the lakes. Many children live in the neighborhood and went to school with both the suspect and victim. With his mother's permission, this 13-year-old boy, the same age as Bailey, spoke to us.
It's pretty crazy. I never thought it would be like this, but you know, it is.
It's affecting all the children. It really is. It brings family discussion about going out at night and knowing where your children are.
And so according to the St. Johns County Sheriff's Office, at this time, no known motive just yet. At least they have not revealed that. I asked if the dive team has wrapped up and is finished with this case as far as diving into bodies of water, because there are many in this neighborhood. I have been told that, yes, they are wrapping up with their portion of the case. We're live in St. Johns County. Jessica Clark, First Coast News, on your side.
Thank you, Jess. So we wanted to break down the information for you that we learned according to the arrest report. It says surveillance video spotted what appears to be Tristyn Bailey and Aiden Fucci walking north from the amenity center at 1:14 a.m. This is a map you see here. So 31 minutes later, 2 people are seen walking east toward where Bailey's body was eventually found along Saddlestone Drive at 1:45 a.m. Now, one is wearing shorts, a hoodie, and white shoes with a black Nike logo. The other wearing black pants and a black shirt. Now, that same camera then capturing one person walking back west wearing shorts, a hoodie, and this time carrying white shoes with a black Nike logo. Now, that was 3:27 a.m. and 1 hour 42 minutes later. The suspect's home is nearby on Castledale Court, where police say they found evidence in his bedroom, including items that tested positive for the presence of blood. Now, Fucci's home is about 1/3 of a mile from the south end of a nearby retention pond where her body was found near later.
And Aiden Fucci, the teenager accused of murdering Tristyn Bailey, made his first court appearance today. On your side's Lewis Turner is walking us through what happened at that detention hearing.
The first appearance of Aiden Fucci was over a Zoom call while he's being held in the Department of Juvenile Justice.
We got Mr. Fucci, sir.
All right, thank you very much.
Morning, Mr. Fucci. I'm Judge Orfinger.
The key players here are the judge, Michael Orfinger out of Volusia County, Aiden Fucci, who didn't say much during the 8-minute hearing other than verbally acknowledging that his mother, Crystal Smith, and father, Jason Fucci, were on the call.
Aiden.
Oh, there she is. I see her.
The 14-year-old read his rights and asked if he had an attorney, which he does, but given the nature of Zoom calls and computers, it took a few minutes to get him on too.
Okay, I do not see
Mike, call him.
him on the Zoom call. Snober is now joining the call.
So with his attorney, Andy Snober, now in attendance, there were no other statements made by anyone other than the judge.
All right, Mr. Fucci, you're charged with second-degree murder. Murder committed with a depraved mind, but without premeditation.
Judge Orfinger ruled there is probable cause and that Fucci be held at least 21 days in detention. This all pending review and further action from the state attorney's office. I'm Lewis Turner, First Coast News, on your side.
Now at 11, new details in that tragic stabbing death of a 13-year-old St. Johns County girl. As the teen who's been arrested and charged with her murder was in court for the first time this morning. And I just spoke with St. Johns County Sheriff Robert Hardwick tonight. You're going to hear from him in just a moment.
But first, the 14-year-old accused of killing Tristyn Bailey, Aiden Fucci, will stay in jail until at least the end of May. A judge ordered him to stay in detention, for the next 21 days. Fucci is charged with second-degree murder. It's not clear yet if he will be tried as an adult. And the sheriff's office released the initial police report into her death, shining some light on the investigation. So this is what we know tonight. Just before 1:15 on Sunday morning, police say surveillance video captured who they say were Bailey and Fucci walking away from the North Durbin Amenities Center. One of those people wearing white Nikes. About a half an hour later at 1:45, they were seen on Saddlestone Drive walking east towards the woods. It wasn't until 3:27 that one person wearing the white Nikes was seen on camera walking by themselves and away from the woods carrying the shoes. In the report, police say Fucci admitted to carrying the shoes because his feet hurt. Bailey was never seen on camera again. Her body was found in the woods later Sunday night.
And tonight we are separating fact from fiction in this case. And here is what else we've learned. The state attorney's office verifying that Tristyn was stabbed more than once. We've also verified the suspect did take a Snapchat selfie in the back of a police car, asking on that picture if anyone had seen Tristyn lately. As for what's false, we've learned that Fucci was moved to the Volusia County Detention Facility because there's no such facility to hold him here in St. Johns County. Not as online posts suggest, because they said suspect's family had connections to law enforcement. And the state attorney's office has not yet decided whether to charge him as an adult.
There's no doubt in my mind that this is a cold, calculated, I hate to use the word cold and calculated, but this is a murder case. This is not an accidental death.
And news since 6, I spoke tonight with St. Johns County Sheriff Rob Hardwick, who says his one goal with this investigation, justice for Tristyn. He told me the 14-year-old boy charged with her murder is not cooperating with investigators. Now, I asked him if the murder weapon has been found. He said dive teams have been scouring 3 retention ponds near where Tristyn's body was found. They believe that she was stabbed with something with a sharp edge, but he said he's not sure if they've yet recovered the actual weapon because the forensic team is still processing all of the evidence collected. He says they are working diligently to get answers for Tristyn's family as to what really happened.
When one person knows the answers to all these questions, by the way, and it's sickening that I have to tell you on the air tonight that, he's not going to answer those questions. And we'll probably never have the whole story except for what my men and women put the pieces of the puzzle together for the Bailey family.
Is it likely anyone else will be charged in connection to this case?
So we got a lot of work to do, but anybody that's involved in this case, I'm gonna give you a warning that we are gonna hold you accountable for your actions if you helped as an accessory after the fact or an accomplice prior to.
Now, the sheriff is asking anyone with information on this case to email tips to crimetips@sjso.org. And you can hear a lot more from what the sheriff had to say tomorrow on Good Morning Jacksonville, starting at 5 a.m. right here on First Coast News.